591, Placebo. The final game of the year. And Placebo will get the start against the Patriots. Born ready.
Today, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New England Patriots.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7. So here are the Jaguars now with a long field ahead. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette, and he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. We're giving 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to it and forcing a 3rd down.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is caught, and the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down. Wow, what a gutsy call. If you're the defense, opening drive, you just got the stop, or at least you think, and then boom, right back on the field for more.
It had the feel of something that they had planned for the whole week long. Hey, first drive of the game, let's be aggressive, let's go get them. And now defensively, they've got to be writing notes to themselves. In practice, work on fake punts right out of the gate because that was really unexpected.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They're 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Rolling to his left. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And now look at this, big gain, the fumble, and the Patriots have it. Out come the New England Patriots, led by their 6'5" veteran quarterback, Cam Newton. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Following the fumble recovery, Newton. This will complete to Curtis Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back to back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A play fake to Michelle, now Newton. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
To throw again on second down. Newton stepping up. He's going to keep him. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try the air now with Newton. They'll roll it out right. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. And they will run it with Michelle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. But this is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something to develop slowly. It's got to be right at them. If you're going to run the football, if you're going to throw it, something quick.
They'll try to run it in. Michelle, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up forward.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Justin Rohrwasser now for the Patriot field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead.
Jaguars, nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
And the Jacksonville offense on their way out again as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play on anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look 3 weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Here's second and 8. Escaping the pressure right. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurate, but he throws a nice pass for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. Shedding the tackle, that gives him some room.
Don't worry about it, baby.
And he loses the football a second time. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. 36 yards on the play.
That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So now the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Timmy Jernigan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's why if you play at a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. This is Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side, gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And Lambo will put this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
That's a little leaky in the beginning of that drive, right? Then how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, then sticking a little bit across the field goal.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
Field goal is all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Newton and the Patriots were the 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver, was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still second down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there's good coverage there. They force the incompletion.
And he can get pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. That's caught by Hollister. And now the ball's out. Fumbled near midfield. And the Jags grab it. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring a free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. Back deep for New England, Julian Edelman. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots coming out now. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are, so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out though.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A loss of 3 yards. It's 2nd down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. Newton, open man, is Samuel, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
What did we talk about in that part of the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have a little chance of winning this one.
The Patriots send out their punter. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. As we know, they had the chance last week, Charles, to lock up the division. Couldn't do it. Now it all comes down to the final week of the season. But once again, they control their destiny.
And that's a good thing. But I wonder about mindset, because you mentioned they had a chance to lock it up last week, didn't. Are they bringing extra pressure to themselves now? Even though they control their own destiny with a win, now because they didn't get it done before, will they be even tighter as they approach this game?
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to leave secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And this one's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. They'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 11 on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. Edelman set to return. 3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports.
3-3.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They're to come from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Newton on first down. Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Not only they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely, great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Newton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A loss of 2 yards. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. You decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You're talking about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Newton, Lake finds his man, the tight end Olsen. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
New England on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They can use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side. Man, he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead.
6, Jaguars 3.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I want to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The Jaguars on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Steps away. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Patriots take over. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. As we find ourselves in Week 17, he's already well over the 1,000-yard mark. So there's no pressure there. We'll just see where this final tally ends.
And I love what you just talked about there. There's no pressure. There's pride, right? So the higher he can take that number and rank with his peers, everyone wants to be number one. He wants to post that number like a good golfer, right? Post the best score and go to the clubhouse and kick back and see if anyone can match it.
Well, and he's the go-to guy here out wide. We'll see what they can do with him in this game defensively. They have a big challenge on their hands. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. From the gun, Newton sliding it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
About to 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
Oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure, he's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
The sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On the ground is Michelle. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You come back with a strong run if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another 13 yards there twice in a row. They're on the move. Another first down as well.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Michelle. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29 on the carry.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Newton fighting Harris over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 17-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards, and it produces a new set of downs. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. For the red zone now, Newton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 3 yards the game there, 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They'll turn to Michelle as they go back to the ground, and he'll find his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A third field goal in the first half. Now what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Newton. Got his target, Samuel. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
The kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. Now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michelle with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's up and good to make the score 13-3. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
At around 15-yard line.
The Jaguars back with it on offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And now the throw taken in by Chart. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. And that starting play, a good one, get him 19. Well, that's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. That's out to his running back, Cornell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out to his left. The open man is Westbrook. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle is going to be made at the Patriots' 44-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from his 10-point deficit. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 39 yards there, a big one. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
As soon as I saw it break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Back to throw again. On the move to got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Mr. Show, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of run read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That's a nice play.
And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.